Janis Ahmed with a daily round of news from the US and around the world. First, the headlines. American shoppers spent a record $5 billion in just 24 hours on Black Friday. And China is closing the main road connection with North Korea. And our liberation forces mustn't come to power, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at a rally to celebrate recognition of March 7 speech of Bangabandhu. Demonstrations, roadblocks paralyze life across Pakistan as standoff continues in Islamabad with the protesters. And India and Pakistan are likely to come face to face at Shanghai Conference Organization Summit. A hunter shoots pickup truck after mistaking it for a deer in upstate police. Liverpool police officer was hit by a van in Norris Green. Now the details. American shoppers spent a record $5 billion in 24 hours. The sales mark a 16.9% increase in dollars spent online compared with Black Friday 2016, according to data from Adobe Digital Insights, which tracks 80% of online spending at America's 100 largest retail websites. Digital retail giant Amazon said Friday that orders were rolling in at record levels. More than 200,000 toys were sold in just the first 5 hours of the day, the company said. Amazon did not provide sale figures for Black Friday. Meanwhile, malls and big box retailers were left only slightly emptier. Earlier estimates from ShopperTech, a data analysis company that measures the numbers of shoppers at stores, said foot traffic decreased less than 1% when compared to Black Friday 2016. A mega dip is good news for traditional retailers, as online-savvy businesses continue to gobble up more and more of the market share. Companies like Macy's, JCPenney, Gap, and Sears have suffered. It remains to be seen exactly how much in-store shoppers were willing to spend. That will be a crucial data point in assessing retailers' woes. Adobe predicts that Cyber Monday will be even bigger than Black Friday, bringing in as much as $6 billion in digital sales. China is closing the main road connection with North Korea. China is temporarily closing its main road connection with North Korea, an official said on Friday. Foreign Ministry spokesperson said the China-North Korea friendship bridge across the Yulu River at the Chinese city of Dandong will be closed while North Korea repairs the approach road on its side. The bridge closure comes after state-owned airline Air China suspended flights on Tuesday between Beijing and North Korea due to a lack of demand, deepening the North Korea's isolation amid mounting UN sanctions. Beijing is North Korea's only significant ally, but has grown increasingly frustrated over its nuclear and missile tests that have brought a threat of war and chaos to China's northeastern border. Entire liberation forces mustn't come to power, says Sheikh Hasina at a rally to celebrate recognition of March 7 speech of Bangabandhu. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said it must be ensured that those who distort history can never come to power. The country is marching forward, and inshallah the country will march forward, she said, pledging to build Bangladesh in the spirit of liberation war. Hasina, also the ruling Awami League president, was addressing a rally at Liverpool as part of yesterday's nationwide celebrations for UNESCO's recognition of March 7 speech as a World Documentary Heritage on October 30. Yesterday's programs, which included jubilant processions, essay and quiz competitions, and screening of films on the war, were organized by the government in districts and upsilas across the country. In a statement on Tuesday, the Cabinet Division asked all public servants to join the processions. Students and teachers of different schools and colleges in Dhaka also participated in the rally at Survadi Udayan. In the address, Hasina, daughter of Bangabandhu, recalled her memories of the speech and said it has a clear directive to the people to liberate the country. In his address, Bangabandhu called for economic emancipation of the country. We will free Bangladesh of poverty and hunger as dreamt by the father of the nation. We will make Bangladesh a middle-income country by 2021 and a developed one by 2041. And this is the pledge from the civic rally. Demonstrations, roadblocks paralyzed life across Pakistan As standoff continues in Islamabad with the protesters calling for resignation of Minister Zaid Hamid. The unrest in Islamabad following a crackdown against religious protesters camped out at Faizabad has spilled over to other parts of the country, as men loyal to various religious parties have started holding disruptive demonstrations in various cities. In Sialkot, scores of men also attacked the residence of Law Minister Zaid Hamid, whose resignation is the number one demand of the Faizabad protesters. Fortunately, no one from his family was present when the attackers started pelting stones at the building. Following the attack, the security forces arrested at least 12 suspects from the area and summoned reinforcements. Separately, in Shekhupura, PMLN lawmaker Javed Latif was attacked and injured by angry protesters when he tried to negotiate with them. Karachi demonstrations had started in the morning after protesters gathered at Numaish Charangi, one of the city's busiest traffic interchanges. At least 23 people, including 2 policemen, were reportedly injured, some with gunshot wounds. In skirmishes with police at Stargate and Nursery, where police fired tear gas shells to break up the protesters. Protesters were turned away from Tata Khan Chowk by Sindh Rangers and police after a vehicle belonging to a private company was set on fire. The occupants of the vehicle had escaped safely and the area had reportedly been cleared. Sindh Chief Minister Murad Ali has taken notice of the unrest and directed the Commissioner and Inspector General of Police to clear the traffic. India and Pakistan are likely to come face to face at SCO summit. India and Pakistan will come face to face in Russia next week for the SCO summit. Diplomatic sources from both countries thought that there was no proposal yet for any bilateral engagement on the sidelines of the summit. While External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj will represent India at the summit, Pakistan is yet to announce the name of the leader who will head its delegation. Pakistan is also likely to be represented by its Foreign Minister Khwaja Asif. Chinese Premier Li Qiang will lead the Chinese delegation at the summit. Official sources here said that at the moment it seemed unlikely that Swaraj was going to have any bilateral meeting or even a pull aside with the head of the Pakistani delegation. Both India and Pakistan are now full members of the SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. While India's membership was strongly backed by Russia, Pakistan's entry into the grouping was ensured by China. India has been an observer at the SCO since 2005. It has generally participated in the ministerial level meetings of the grouping, which holds the key to peace and stability in resource-rich Central Asia and Afghanistan. A hunter shoots pickup truck after mistaking it for a deer, says the upstate police. The shooting comes 2 days after a woman was mistaken for a deer and shot to death in the same upstate county. An Ohio man shot a pickup truck after mistaking it for a deer upstate, authorities say. The shooting Friday was the second hunting accident in Chattooga County in 3 days. Police say 43-year-old Rosemary Gilchrist was shot and killed Wednesday by a man who thought she was a deer. Friday's incident happened around 11:30 a.m. in North Harmony, according to the Post-Journal of Jamestown. Sheriff's deputies say Marvin Miller of Middle East, Ohio, fired a high-powered rifle at pickup truck around 11:30 a.m. Miller told authorities he had mistaken the truck for a deer. The sheriff's office says the bullet entered the engine compartment and disabled the truck. Miller was arrested on charges including reckless endangerment. A Liverpool police officer was hit by a van in Norris Green. Police officer has been seriously injured after a van was driven at him in Liverpool. It happened in Hasfield Road, Norris Green at 19:25 GMT on Saturday when officers tried to stop a white Ford Transit van. Merseyside police said its officer is being treated in hospital following the despicable attack and his injuries are not thought to be life-threatening. A man has been arrested and is being interviewed in custody. The force said Hasfield Road is closed and house-to-house inquiries are being carried out. Inspector Martin Earl said that this was a despicable attack on a police officer who was simply doing his job, trying to protect the communities of Merseyside. The officer has sustained serious injuries for which he is receiving treatment. He has also been left extremely shaken by his ordeal. Thank you very much for watching. Watch us at www.millenniumtv.org and do drop us a line at info@millenniumtv.net. This is Janis Ahmed signing off from Millennium TV USA. We are bridging communities worldwide.